Today on our 2015 Nissan Rogue, we're going to be taking a look at and showing you how to install the Etrailer Class III custom fit trailer hitch receiver, part number E98846. So here's what our hitch is going to look like once we have it installed on our Rogue. The cross tube is going to be tucked up behind the bumper nicely, and all we're going to see is that receiver tube sticking out. Now it is a Class 3 hitch, which means it's going to give us that 2-inch by 2-inch receiver tube opening, which would be great for all kinds of a variety of accessories, all the way from a ball mount, bike rack, or even a cargo carrier. The way that we're going to mount any of our accessories is through the hitch pin hole here on the side. It is going to accept a standard 5/8 pin and clip. While they're not included in the kit, you can pick them up here at Etrailer.com. The safety chain connection points are going to be a loop style welded to the bottom of the receiver tube. And as you can see, we're not going to have too much trouble getting most size hooks on or off, because we're going to have plenty of room to get them hooked on and have plenty of room to make any kind of adjustments so they don't interfere with our hitch pin or locking device. Our hitch is going to have a 525-pound tongue weight, which is going to be the maximum downward force at the receiver tube. It's also going to have a 3,500-pound gross trailer weight rating, which is going to be the amount that it can pull, including the trailer and everything we have loaded on it. Now with those numbers in mind, I always recommend that you double check your Rogue's owner's manual and you never exceed the manufacturer's recommended towing weight. I'd like to give you a few measurements, and that's going to help you when looking for accessories for your new hitch. From the center of the hitch pin hole to the outermost edge of the bumper is going to be right about 5 inches. That measurement is going to come in handy whenever you're looking at folding accessories to make sure you have adequate clearance and it isn't going to come in contact with the rear bumper. From the ground to the inside top edge of the receiver tube opening, it's going to be right about 13 3/4 inches. That measurement is not only going to come in handy when you're looking at ball mounts to pick the appropriate rise or drop to match up to your trailer, but at that height I would also recommend a raised shank on a bike rack or a cargo carrier. That way it gives us just that little bit more ground clearance. So now that we've seen what our hitch looks like, gone over some of the features, let's show you how to get it installed. To begin our installation, we're going to need to remove the plastic underbody panels that are on the outside edge of the vehicle. So along the very edge here on the back, we're going to have several push pin fasteners that we're going to need to remove. So we can take a small flathead screwdriver and come in between the little notches on the push pins. We're going to pop out the center section, and then we can pull the rest of it out. Then towards the front of the vehicle, right by the sway bar, we're going to have a Phillips head screw that's holding it in place. So we can take a Phillips bit or a screwdriver and we'll pull it out. And we're going to have another push pin that's going to be vertically on the side of the panel towards the mud flap. Once we have all those removed, we'll go ahead and pull the panel down and it won't be getting reinstalled. And we're going to do the same thing over on the driver's side as well. Now on the passenger side, we're going to have this tow hook and we're going to remove it. There's going to be 2 bolts on the bottom side as well as 2 bolts on the side of the frame that are holding it in place. So I'm going to take an 18mm socket and pull those bolts out. And it wouldn't hurt to get an extension to get the ones on the bottom out. We'll go ahead and pull the tow hook down and it won't be getting reinstalled. If we come back over to the driver's side, we're going to notice that we're going to have several holes in the bottom of our frame. 3 of those holes are going to be threaded and have weld nuts on the inside. But since we want to make sure that our bolts don't cross thread and we don't have any problems getting the hardware in, I'm going to take a little bit of spray lubricant, spray it inside the hole, and then take a nylon tube brush and clean them out and make sure there's no debris or rust inside of there. If you need one of these tube brushes, you can pick them up here at Etrailer.com. So I'm going to go through and I'm going to clean each one of these holes on the driver's side, and then we'll move over to the passenger side and clean the mounting holes over there. Now with an extra set of hands, we're going to lift our hitch going over our exhaust. We'll line up the holes in the frame. Now on the passenger side, we're only going to have 2 mounting locations, and that's going to be where we took our tow hook off. But we'll take one of our new bolts and a conical tooth washer, making sure the teeth are facing up towards the hitch, And we're going to get at least one bolt in, hand tight on each side so the hitch will support itself. I'm going to come back with a 19mm socket, and I'm going to snug up all my hardware. Now I'm going to come back with that same 19mm socket, and I'm going to torque all my hardware down to the specification in the instructions. And we'll repeat that for any remaining hardware. And that'll finish up your look at the Etrailer Class III custom fit trailer hitch receiver, part number E98846 on our 2015 Nissan Rogue.